Hello. Think back to when you were a kid. What did you want to be when you grew up? Maybe a cop to protect the people around you? Maybe a dentist because you like teeth? A chef because you have a passion for the culinary arts? Or even an astronaut because you wanted to shoot for the stars? But why do that when you could just shoot a load into Hi, what's up you guys? My name is Rebecca. How are you doing today? I'm gonna be talking about a personified jizz rag. I couldn't exactly find that one on careers.com, but apparently it's out there. Bonnie Blue. Maybe you've heard of her, maybe you've slept with her. Apparently like 1,000 people have. And I just want to say as a disclaimer before I get into this video that I consider myself to be a very liberal person when it comes to bodily autonomy. I truly believe that you reserve the right to decide what you do with your body or who you give it to or don't give it to. I believe that is your choice. It's your body, do what you want. Want to wait till marriage? Fine. Want to have a hoe phase? Fine. I encourage you to do it safely, but that's your prerogative at the end of the day. I don't even care if you have an OF, okay? That's your choice, to each their own. I know there are a lot of opinions out there regarding OF, and while I do think the entire industry as a whole has been generally harmful to society due to the practices and stigma surrounding it, when it comes to the simple concept of showing your body and even profiting off of it, I don't have a problem with. Like, I don't think you're fucking tainted if people see you without your clothes on, right? It's to me, it's really not that deep. Everyone has a body. Get the fuck over it. We're all gonna die. That all being said, if you don't already know who Bonnie Blue is and you thought I was being mean earlier, by the end of this video, you'll at least understand why. Bonnie Blue is an OF model, best known for her preying on barely legal schoolies, offering people 2 minutes with her or double it and give it to the next person, and most of all, sleeping with 1,000 men in 12 hours. Listen, 1,000 is pushing big numbers in a lifetime. That's a lot of people. Say you live to be 80 and you start sleeping with people at 18. That's over 60 years of time to do it. That's over 16 different people a year or once every 22 days or so. She did that in 12 hours. So that's a little bit insane, right? But the bottom line is she's an adult and can do what she wants with other consenting adults, despite what people think of it. But some of her other content goes well beyond being destructive to herself. It's a bit different when you go out and like bring it to the public.
I just wondered, I can't see it on the menu, but where do I get the Five Guys from? The Five Guys.
Get it? Because the place is called Five Guys? So she that means it's okay to harass minimum wage employees that are just doing their job.
I didn't know if it was like a special room where you can take me out back.
Oh, okay, okay. No, we don't. Yeah.
You not got Five Guys for me?
No.
Well, you're one of them, and I can see 4 others in the back.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious.
No, I don't think that's happening.
What about after your shift? I mean, I'd want to give you, a good rating.
I'm a Christian man and I'm saving myself to marriage.
I'm asking for what's on the menu, that's all.
Genuinely, I feel like I'm doing it right now.
So I don't work with customers anymore, thank God, but I've gotten hit on far too many times, and everyone who has, while working, knows how uncomfortable it is. You're trapped. You feel like you have to be nice and professional, even though someone is clearly crossing boundaries that they shouldn't. And part of it is that they know you have to be nice, so it gives people more confidence. Or there are people like this who just think it's hilarious to use them for views. It's gross, and you're gross. Stop exploiting people that are just doing their jobs. Stop exploiting people in general, but like especially if they're just doing their jobs. I think anyone going out of their way like for this type of content to like disturb the public, they're just super annoying. Also, I love how she just like straight gaslit him as he's like still in shock and processing it.
I'm asking for what's on the menu, that's all.
Hi, what can I get for you today? I'm looking for Wendy. We don't have a Wendy that works here, I'm sorry. The sign says Wendy's. No, that's the name of the chain. This is a chain. There's like thousands of these everywhere. Like, are you being serious right now? Are you Wendy? Jesus Christ. No, I'm not. I'm not Wendy. Well, if you're not Wendy, then I need someone else. Come with me. I'm calling the police. Dude, relax. I'm just asking what's on the menu. That is not what you asked. You asked for Wendy at a Wendy's. Like, I'm pretty sure you're the 3rd person this week to use that lame ass joke. Like, if you're gonna be unfunny, at least be original. And I see your friend recording me from over there. Can you guys film your stupid prank somewhere else? Okay, I'll do a medium fry. And you? I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I can hand you a menu if you want.
Are you on it?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, if there's no Five Guys, I'll have to come back tomorrow. What time do you finish?
I'm not actually not sure what time I'm finishing today.
All right, meet you back here in a few hours.
I think I'm gonna go straight home.
I'll join you.
That's okay.
Thank you. See you later.
Her sheer persistence after being shot down multiple times, like, this dude is very clearly uncomfortable, and, like, this is gross. It's giving women in male-dominated fields. And at what point do we consider this harassment? Maybe after the first insinuation that people are on the menu? After she said, meet you back here in a couple hours? That sounds like vaguely threatening at that point. Also, I don't know how old this particular employee is, but the minimum age to work at Five Guys and most fast food places is 16. So you got a lot of nerve walking in there and just like taking a gamble at who you're talking to, because it very well could be a minor. And it makes it even worse given that she just can't stay the fuck away from like boys, yes, boys that are barely legal.
When I do the college students and stuff, they say a lot of women are like, that is so unsafe, like it's unfair that I'm sleeping with them. Right. Like a normal 18-year-old, when they'd go and have sex, they'd be drinking, they'd be under the influence, they've gone back with somebody and they don't know the situation, they don't know the environment. Whereas when an 18-year-old is coming to me, there's security on the door, there's ID, there's consent forms, there's a breathalyzer test, and it's with somebody that knows what they're doing.
Do they have the option after if they don't want it to be filmed?
100%. I say to them, so at any point you change your mind or you don't want it filmed or you change your mind, you let me know. They get the footage at the end of it, and if they want to sell it, you know, they're welcome to sell it, post it, send it to their friends, mum, dad, whoever.
This is fucking nasty, Jesus. This has to be rage bait, or at least that's what I'm gonna tell myself to feel better. When you're young, you're dumb. You're gonna make decisions that you regret later down the line. Everybody does. It's a part of growing up. It's how you learn. The difference is Bonnie is specifically like hunting down people of that particular age. She is hunting down people that she knows like are young, like not fully developed, and is using that to her advantage. It's doing dumb things with your peers like and other people that don't know any better versus like being targeted and exploited. At that point, you are old enough to know better, and it is your responsibility to do better for those that can't or don't know how. Bonnie is a grown-ass woman. I don't know how old she is, but let's... 25! How long has she been 25? I'm sorry! Like, I thought she was in her 30s. You did too, don't lie. Listen, I'm 24. I'm gonna be 25 this year. I'm having a hard time conceptualizing that we're like basically the same age. Apparently. And to think she's purposely going after like 18-year-olds, that, like, I want to vomit. Like, those are children to me. They just got out of high school, and that's so nasty. I think the concept of like seeking out people of particular ages, like of any age, is kind of weird in itself, but it becomes just entirely predatory when they're like younger, obviously. Like, you can have a preference for like grandmas, and it, like, respectfully, I'm gonna think you're a little bit weird, but they're old enough and whatever. But like high school grads, like fresh high school grads, that's gross.
As promised, I'm outside Nottingham-Trent University, as I said I would, to pleasure as many uni students in 2 weeks. I want to sleep with 130 barely legal 18-year-olds. And you can go for as many rounds as you want. You can finish wherever you want. And the most I want to take in one night is 25, but I'll let you into a little secret. I did 30 on the first day alone. So come and get me on my knees and let me celebrate you getting into uni, boys.
Yuck, okay. Is it legal? Technically, yes. It doesn't make it right. Like, if the only, like, real defense of what you're doing is that it's legal, I have some questions for you. Like, what are you doing and why?
Want to spend 2 minutes with me alone or double it and pass it to your friends?
Alone.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You're going to be greedy?
Oh, yes.
Okay. What are you going to do to me in that 2 minutes?
Well, you're about to find out. I'm just going to say we're going to have fun.
Well, let's have some fun and see what he does.
So this is her typical style of content, or at least the majority of what I've seen, where she just basically plays street interviewer, except she bangs everyone. And they're just really uncomfortable to watch.
Spend 2 minutes with me alone or double it and pass it to your friend.
2 minutes for me or 4 minutes for you guys. I think it's 2 minutes for myself. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
might be worth it. 2 minutes, let's go.
What are you going to do to me in 2 minutes?
We'll have a bit of fun, you know. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
Okay. Do you have your ID with you?
You know I don't need ID.
No, you do need ID.
Oh my God.
Okay, did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, very fun. Quite wholesome, to be fair.
Quite wholesome.
Not what you would expect.
I'm sorry. What does that mean? Quite wholesome? That feels like a backhanded compliment, if anything. What do you mean by that? Like, they get up there and she sits him down and tells him he's going down the wrong path and that he shouldn't hook up with random strangers on the street. Yeah, like, you're right, I wouldn't expect it to be wholesome. But I would expect there to be some holes. A woman objectifying herself on the street for seemingly anyone with the pulse, to me, is the exact opposite of wholesome.
So it was a good thing that I'm not what you expect.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise.
And how long did you last?
Oh my God, if you see the recording, don't forget to subscribe. Bonnie Blues, OnlyFans, you'll see everything. Timer was on.
Did you need longer than 2 minutes?
Did not need longer than 2 minutes once you got to it. Oh my God.
Make sure you watch it.
Way to out yourself there, man. Like, congratulations, you fucking nut fast.
Spend 2 minutes with me alone or double it and pass it to the next person.
It's getting to her
He's gonna
brain.
be selfish
No!
and give you 2 minutes as well.
100%. Ready to go?
Perfect. Did you have fun?
Absolutely amazing.
Would you recommend me?
100%.
Was I good at sucking your...
Felt like I was in heaven.
Well, thank you for giving me probably one of my biggest loads I've had today.
The need for validation after all of these interactions is, like, very hard to watch. Like, her entire self-worth is dependent on, like, how well she can satisfy other people through this. I'm all for women empowerment, but I don't think this is empowering. I think this is super degrading. And, like, it's one thing to be, like, a liberated hippie, like, little free love, but, like, another to make it your life's mission to be the best human blow-up doll that ever existed.
They really bigged you up, you know. Yeah. I'm excited for this one. Did you have fun?
I had an amazing time.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
Every day.
Would you recommend me to a friend?
I'd recommend it to everyone,
Including your dad?
especially my dad.
What is the obsession with giving recommendations to family members? That seems a little incesty. Like, if you talk about this kind of shit with your family, get help. That's weird. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just not as close with my family, but that's a little strange. These comments are so mean. Oh my god. Oh my god. Those are brutal, dude. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like to make fun of the way people look. Like, this dude's just out here catching strays, and that's not fair. But, like, I'm not judging him for the way he looks. I'm judging him because he's in this video associating with this bitch.
Are you going to spend 2 minutes with me alone or double it and pass it to the next group?
2 minutes with you alone.
Yeah?
2 minutes, yeah.
Are you going to destroy me in 2 minutes?
He is.
I'll try.
Why is he going to destroy me?
You'll find out.
Have you got a big...
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it grows. It grows when you're in front, yeah.
It grows?
Yeah, yeah.
And what's yours like?
You'll find out.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, let's go. Okay, did you have fun, boys?
Yes, we did, yeah.
Yeah? Would you do it again?
100%.
Definitely.
Would you recommend me to your friends?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
And what about your dad?
You know, I haven't thought about that, but now that you mention it, yeah, I would recommend my dad to my friends.
Dad and stepdad.
So maybe we could make it as a family event next
Uncle,
time.
cousins, family, sisters, aunties.
Yeah? Oh, okay, yeah. I want some women.
I'm just thankful I don't have anyone in my life that would actually enjoy or even partake in this. Like, not even the sluttiest person I know lacks that much self-respect. Like, these videos are really making it seem like anyone would jump at the opportunity to do this, but I really truly believe that it is few and far between, or at least I'd like to think that.
Man, just a reminder that when you find someone else to cheat on your wife with, make sure they're hot, tight, and 25.
Oh, okay, got it, so not you. As if degrading yourself and acting like a predator isn't bad enough, she also loves married men. So that being said, if you're a married man and still go with Bonnie, you're still far worse because you're the one with the commitment and she isn't. Regardless, like, that's still a shitty thing to do. It's still a weird thing to flex that you can steal married men. You're not proving that you're better than the wives, you're just proving that you're easy and desperate, and so are the husbands. You've opened the door for shitty people, that's not an accomplishment.
Men, just a reminder, don't ever feel guilty for cheating on your wife. It's her fault for being lazy and not pleasuring you.
Okay, Andrea Tate, if you want to live your life as a mere sex object, that's on you. Fine, I disagree with it, but at the end of the day, if you enjoy risking STDs, that's your prerogative. But this is incredibly sexist, and no one, married or not, is entitled to sex. And saying things like she's just being lazy is horrible. No sane and healthy person thinks like this. Entitled thinking like this is what leads women and like also men to get degraded or even straight up assaulted in their own marriages. Nobody owes you anything and you're not within your rights to cheat, period. If you want to be used by thousands of men, fine. But it is not the sole role of every woman ever to do the same. And we're not here for the sake of men, and this shit pisses me off so bad. Like, there's just no way she actually thinks like this. I'm pretty sure a lot of the things that she does and says are for like this exact reason, like for me talking about it and other people talking about it. It's just marketing at the end of the day, but I never really understood it. Even if it gets people's attention, why do you want that to be your brand? Also, given that your entire brand is just like submitting to men, and this is extreme, but I feel like this is a very real possibility where like someone sees her in public, like while she's just like minding her own business, and like looks at her and is like, oh, that's the girl that'll sleep with fucking anyone, and something bad happens. It's a horrible thing to imagine, but I can't help but think that this kind of content is just making her more of a target. She will also occasionally give her general location. I think she did that for like spring break for when she was like going after the college kids or whatever.
I am going to be at the Grand Oasis in just a few days. 8th to the 15th, I'll be in Cancun, and then 15th onwards, Miami.
Listen, bad things can happen to anyone. They do all the time. You could be doing all the right things and something bad still happens to you because of people out there who do feel entitled, and because of people like Bonnie who promote being entitled. But is she not making herself more of a target by saying these things?
Do you think it's okay that men cheat on their wives with you?
100%.
Why?
Because women are lazy. If you ask the average person, when's the last time your wife went down on him? They're going to say it was ages ago.
Okay, so relationships are more than just sex. I did revolutionary, I know.
The other thing with women, they want women rights and they want things equal, but then they're the ones that want the bills to be paid for. They expect their guy to go and earn more money than them. Then they also want the guy to come home, clean the house, look after the kids.
Yeah, maybe 50 years ago when people could fucking afford to have only one person working. Nowadays, it's usually on both people to have jobs and come home and still do the chores and take care of the kids and do whatever. Do the fucking laundry and shut the fuck up. I'd even go as far to say, even if it is just the man or woman working, just one of them, that I still think they should be coming home and doing something, like anything to help, even if it's small. Like, is it such a horrible thing that people help each other out? Like, you don't just have to do one thing and just have that be that. Like, relationships aren't 50-50. I think that they're 100-100. Like, as in, people are putting in their best effort whenever they can. And that includes being tired from your job and coming home and like still like doing something nice for your partner, or still taking like a couple minutes to do the dishes.
So it's like you can't expect someone to do all of that and then you're not even going to do the bare minimum, which is go down on them. So when they're not doing that, I offer it free.
Or do you think that's okay?
Well, yeah, it's a service they deserve.
So do you think that you're saving marriages by sucking cocks?
Yeah, because then they're not having like an affair, like an emotional connection with someone.
Well, it is an affair though, isn't it, really? Would you cheat in a relationship?
Possibly.
A bare minimum? A service they deserve? It's okay to be disappointed if things don't go the way that you expect them to. It's okay. Everyone wants things. Everyone has expectations. Everyone has things they want out of a relationship. But again, you are not entitled to any of it. Maybe talk to each other, have a conversation, see what's going on, talk about the ways that you can improve with and for each other, communicate, I don't know. And this goes both ways and for really anything, not just this.
What does your dad say about it?
Honestly, he loves it.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Like, obviously, he doesn't sit watching the videos, but like all my social media, my TikToks, he'll have a look at.
and he's just proud seeing how happy I am, how much I've been able to support the family. And it's like, it's really changed my life and my family's life.
Is that why you keep asking people if they'll recommend you to their dad? Has she recommended herself to her dad? Okay, either he doesn't know what she's doing or she's lying.
I've got these stamps and it says like, I slept with Bonnie Blue, I want to sleep with Bonnie Blue and stuff. And I was practicing them on my dad, and my dad was like, I need to go to the pub after this. And he's got like stamps all up his arms to say he slept with his daughter.
What? Girl, you branded your dad to make it look like he slept with you? And also, can we talk about how you don't need to like practice using a stamp? Like, hello? You don't need to do that. Dude, you're like 30, 12 years old. Like, you know how to use a fucking stamp, be for real. She reminds me of that little freak, what's her name? Katie Robertson? The one that put her used underwear on her dad's foot while he was sleeping. You guys are sick. Stop involving your family in this. This is gross. Also, I know everyone's already been saying this, but I don't care. What if it was a man? What if it was a man, like, specifically going to colleges looking for 18-year-old girls, trying to sleep with as many of them as possible? People would be, like, outraged. So why is it okay that she does it? Because she's a cute blonde? As if women can't also be predators. It happens all the time. I mean, how many times have we seen in the news, with men it's statutory, but with women it's had sex with. It's the same thing. And this double standard just protects predators just because they're women, when anyone can be a victim and anyone can be a predator. And I feel like her mentality of men like deserve sex and are like the entitlement with it actually further harms the people that go through that. Because if men deserve it and it's the bare minimum and they're just hardwired as visual creatures and they're just all hungry deviants, then that means when they get assaulted, they actually wanted it because they're just programmed to like it. The act itself, no matter who it's from or whether they wanted it in the moment or not, that's what they wanted deep down, when that couldn't be further from the fucking truth. And people like Bonnie only further feed into that narrative when she's really just exploiting people for views and degrading women as collateral. You are treating yourself as an object and expecting all women to do the same. Is what she's doing legal? Yes, but I don't really care. It doesn't make it any less messed up. Stuff like this just makes me so angry. Like, now I'm just mad and I feel like a toddler because I'm just like, I can't even, I'm having a hard time verbalizing how I feel. Like, I'm just angry. Anyway, fuck this bitch. I've had enough and I'm running out of battery. Guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. I know the general consensus is that she's like insane, but I'd love to hear what you think. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to harass the like button at their job and not take no for an answer. I'm gonna go to my job where I don't get harassed by customers anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!